Hey guys, still February 11th. I forgot my PIN number on TalkShoe. I have a call Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central. It's 142394. That's the PIN number, 142394 pound. The TalkShoe number is 724-444-7444. I forgot it at the end of the video, so I just wanted to do a little addendum. Please come to the call. It's going to be early on Monday and Wednesday, and then there's going to be calls, every night for TIs who need help. So if you need help and support, if you need to tell your story because you didn't know that there was a TI community, you just found out, please come to those calls. If you have a really good idea for defense or you need help with defense, please come to those calls, because I'm all about, kind of cheap things. I have spent some money on Q-Wave defenders and Q-Wave plates. I have done that, but now I'm looking for cheaper methods, and there are some good websites with things that are very practical. I have to tell you guys the honest truth. I wouldn't trade my 14 Q-Wave defenders for anything. I'm glad that I bought those throughout 3 years, because they do work. They're just not powerful enough for what they're shooting at us. And the thing is, after I started the cleansing regimen, they work better. They're working better, and it's like it seems like before I moved into that house. Before I moved in that house, it was like external hits, and my defenses were really working on it. Then they started putting toxins in my environment, and I saw a lot of chemtrails wherever I went. And y'all can go back to my Green Bank, West Virginia video, where like 60 military jets were up in Green Bank, all shooting chemtrails. And I was doing pretty good down there for a week, and then it's like I started to really get attacked after that. So chemtrails, the toxins they put in our system, even things in our food and our water, and things they may try and get in your environment, do have toxins in them. The cleansing regimen is something that I think we all need to do baseline. We need to baseline, do that, then start building up defenses, because you want to turn yourself not into an antenna, into a not antenna, into something that is not an antenna. And I don't, and there, Dr. Hildegard and Dr. I can't remember the other one, Melissa Kidder. They can check for implants and frequencies. I just don't have enough money to go do that. I do eventually want to, put it to bed once and for all. Do I have an implant in my teeth? Because I've had a lot of problems with my left side since I was like 19 or something like that. A lot of like stuff that they were like, they didn't know what it was, so they called it TMJ. And I really am curious about that. But the cleansing regimen has worked so well, and the defenses I have now are working good. And then definitely Dave Case's CD has just been a godsend. He's making new plugs. He's making some plugs to take care of high-pitched frequencies, and he sent me one in the mail. But I'm so bad with that stuff. Like, I can find stuff, I can buy stuff, but it's putting these, I don't even know what they're called, because I'm not like an electrical engineer, but it's these transducers into the plug, and then it somehow stops the high-pitched frequencies coming through, I think, the outlet. I haven't heard anybody talking about them yet, so I'm going to try and get more information from him and from some people who are using them, and then try and figure out how to put one together. I'm not good with like plugging and grounding stuff, like messing with a lot of wires. If it's not just a plug or something in the back of a VCR, so like that. So I'm kind of bad at electrical engineering. I just don't. That's one of the things I just don't get, which I need to work on, since I don't get it. I'm not a dumb cookie, but I'm not a smart cookie. Alright guys, but I'm going to work on that. I did just want to do that addendum. To just let y'all know, 142394. I'm going to try and get some people. I have a smaller call but hopefully, you know, as we go along, it'll get kind of big, and we can start gathering there and just gathering intel and doing, you know, doing think tanks and really, you know, seeing what works for everybody. Just keep pushing forward, you know. And I think these, you know, there's, you know, Ken's, or a guy named See the Light in the room. He in the chat room. He's going to be doing a call late nights, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He's a great guy. You know, he's working on this too. And then you have the big calls in the middle, like at about 8 p.m. Central. So with all those, like, pretty standard calls, and then Mike's going to have a call on Thursday, definitely. He's going to kind of co-host the one on Monday because that was his time slot. And we decided that I was going to do the call, but he's going to be coming in there. So it's mine and his call. And he may do another one on Tuesday. So with all these calls, and, you know, I didn't mention a lot of people who are doing calls, but with all these calls, we should be able to think tank some stuff and we need to keep with these class action suits, what Spencer's doing, you know, what Annie Kaspar is doing with the letters to the UN, the ladies who sent letters to Donald Trump. You know, some things may be going on behind the scenes because a lot of targeted individuals are actually, you know, saying their targeting has been down in Canada and America. So things may be, you know, things may be happening behind the scenes where these people are getting money kind of pulled away from them. And let's cross our fingers and really pray to God about that is, you know, that is happening. You know, a lot of us, it just happens when you're a human being, and this is going on so long, and people don't believe you. And there's a sheriff right there. I guess when I'm out more, it starts happening more because they know I'm out. But, you know, what was I going to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say. I was just going to say, oh gosh. But we're getting there is what I was going to say. And that's what's important. We are getting there with more people putting in efforts. Behind the scenes, you know, money may be taken away from this. We just don't know what's going on right now. But as long as we keep pushing, we are going to get there. And then I was going to say that, you know, me and my TI buddy, we were talking last night, and I have the same feeling as him, even though, and you know, that could change with you know, the cleansing regimen working more, getting some more days off, and not hurting so bad. You know, my attitude may change, but it's a human thing when you're hurt this long and people aren't listening to you. You know, you get worn down and you stop seeing hope. And like, I've done this too where I'm like, I just don't know what's going to happen to this country or this world, because it's like no one listens to people who are being murdered, and people are helping criminals who want to do bad stuff. And, you know, these people who are hitting me with weapons, they don't give a crap. Like, whoever they are now, they don't care. They just want to get it done. And it's like not legit at all. They say they have to do it, and it's like they're being helped. We're covering things up for them. But my family, which is honest and honorable, you know, we're being rammed into the ground, and nobody cares at all, or nobody knows to care. So I get hopeless, and I know a lot of us do. It's just the condition, you know, being a human, you're hit with something so long and held down by it so long, and every day is this, and it never stops, and it's just a natural thing to be like, is this gonna stop? Because I keep going through it every day. I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna do this, you know, I'm gonna do this, this is gonna happen. But we will get there. We will get there. You know, just, we got to think about, like, kind of Moses sitting at the Red Sea, and, you know, he, you know, wasn't happening. You know, he was angry at God, or at least that's how the movie went. I don't know if that's how the Bible went. But God did it. You know, God did it in His time. So we've got, and there's the sheriff right there. He's looking back at me. I guess he's looking back at me. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's like looking back at me. Maybe he's gonna give me trouble or something. I don't see how he would have noticed me turning my camera that way. But we'll get that on tape. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on, you know, since I am, he's like looking out of his window back at me, like I was doing something. But you can't talk into your phone. Like, I mean, it looks like I'm talking into the phone. But, I mean, it is, you know, mine, you know, even though it's like I'm getting some good defense and some rest from that, they've spent a lot of money on this, so, you know, they're still trying to false flag me as like a crazy terrorist in society. It's really bad. It's bad how it's like people are just going along with it, and they don't know me from Adam, but they're willing to, you know, do some pretty vicious gang stalking stuff, and then, you know, police are going along with it too, because it's the system being completely corrupted. And there's a light change. I've been getting a lot of those this morning. There's the sheriff. So he turned around, like he was passing me up, and then he came back around, and now he's going that way. Just get him on tape. All right, guys, I'm coming to 15 minutes. You know, we've just got to keep hope. I know that going through this every day, it gets hopeless. Like, I'm sitting there, I wish I could live a different life. You know, I want to go out and have a family. I'm gonna try and do those things anyway. You know, while we put this away, more and more people are becoming aware of this. So, you know, we'll be accepted at least, and we'll get help from normal people, even while we're being attacked. You know, there have been people in my situation that I'm arm's length from, that I don't talk to, and they've been patrolling me, and then they've stopped. So, you know, people are wising up. Some people are wising up, and they're not just going along. They really do think they're helping on the other side. They think that we're like either crazy or evil, and then they're seeing that we're not going to jail, and they're seeing that there's something going on. And so people, it is possible that people wake up, that are, you know, working for these DHS fusion centers. In other countries, it's probably called something else. You know, InfraGard for FBI, DHS fusion centers for NSA, and then it runs parallel to them, you know, compartmentalized and running parallel to us being mutilated and raped in our sleep. Voices and, you know, the V2K and remote neural manipulation and things like that. People are becoming aware, even though it's a really hard thing. Humans are strong and smart. You know, they're kind of strengthening the bottom of us. They're strengthening the worst of us with money and cars and stuff right now. So that's not good. You know, it's not good for us. But the ones who are strong and smart are rising up. You know, and you know, look to, you know, we've all got to be like that. We've all got to be like Dr. Catherine Horton, Ella on these calls, Linda on these calls. Like these, I just, you know, and there are a lot of guys too that I get a good example from. But it's just, there's more women being attacked, and there's a lot of these women who are just leaders. You know, and Sue on the calls. If we're all like that, and we all step out, and we all fight this, and we all say, you know, this is my life, and I'm going to fight this in my way, I get a lot of inspiration from them. Obviously there are guys going through this. You know, I'm a guy going through this. But, you know, I get a lot of inspiration from that, because they're just not taking it. They're not going to stay silent. You know, it doesn't help to stay silent at all. And, you know, you may get bruised up a little bit for going through, but it's gonna happen anyway. It's gonna happen anyway. So speak out, and if we all do it, we can beat this. I guess that's all I want to say, guys. I'm coming up in 15 minutes, so it's 142394. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could remember it for the end of the video. 142394, 5 p.m. Central on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's 3 p.m. Pacific time. 142394 on TalkShoe. So please come and, you know, add in, and, you know, come if you just want to be in the chat room. If you don't want to be on the phone, that's fine. I'll try and come with some information, but it's mostly going to be a kind of a grab bag call where we all just talk about what we want to talk about, because there are a lot of specific calls, and we need those too. I'm going to try and fill that requisition. Requisition's a horrible word. Alright guys, I will see you on the next one. I love y'all.